Hello everyone, welcome back to what is now part 4 of my Let's Play of ARR MSQ. This is Myrokos, and right now I have finished running the rest of the not the dungeons, I have to do the dungeons. I finished running the Smith questing for getting the gear. And now I am due to continue with, I have the Sastasha quest. I have to speak with the Melipa. So this person is, let's look at the map. Okay, we have to go up here, or out here, yeah, to get to the dock, etc. So we have to go to the Fisherman's Guild. Alright, Vanelpa. You're here about Commodore Rayner's investigation, then you'll want to board a ferry bound for Aleport. Once you arrive in Western Lenosha, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of Novice before you blunder into Sastasha. Yeah, I already did that. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and folk there will prepare you, train you with the skills. You'll need to face dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the sea grot. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of Aleport. Head inside, and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Alright. So I get to speak with that person, and okay, pay the 40 gal. Of course, they also have the Smith representatives in the various inns, so you can just run that stuff there, but MSQ guides you through it. Okay. And get the etherite, which is over here. Always a tune. Alright, Hall of the Novice. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. Here you are to brave the depths of the Sastasha Cigarette. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions, and you shall need the training we here at the Hall of Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. Yeah, I already did that. The smith here oversees the training schedule. Speak with him and you can register for the exercises tailored to your specific field of expertise. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more, report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of the Sastasha Cigarette, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. Yeah. Okay, so since I already ran through it, I just need to run along. Some NPCs. Isildur. Fellow adventurer, you too are here to unravel the mysteries of Sastasha. I have adventured across this wide realm for more seasons than I dare to count, yet still Eorzea manages to surprise me with her beauty and splendor. Our journeys are not ended by the attainment of riches or fame. It is an unquenchable thirst for the unknown that drives us into the wilds, time and again. Even if I explored the world for 1,000 years, I would never grow weary of this life. Grandfather and I are companions on the road, Alianne. We travel where the wind takes us and drink in all the wonders of this world has to offer. Only an adventurer can understand the joy of such freedom, of discovering hidden places and experiencing sights and sounds that few may ever know. The passing years have begun to take their toll on the old man, but no force save death itself will sate his appetite for adventure. How lovely. Oh, Edda. I'm sorry, O'Hare. I came as fast as I could. I tried haggling with the merchant, but 2 potions was the best I could get with the money you gave me. I had no idea how expensive they were. Oh boy. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ships seen slipping around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sastasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback fancy serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Charming. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue-face tattoos. Use the D fighter to enter Sastasha. Okay. Using a duty finder, yeah. And now we wait. From what I hear as a DPS, the wait times are a little bit longer than if you were a tank or a healer. so I guess it's just leave. Is everybody else left? So we can change our pose every now and then. So that takes care of that. Oh, and the others all left. Okay, so speak with Baderon at the Drowning Wench. Oop, and it's fog. Of course I come out and it's fog. Is that a crab with a helmet on it? Okay. And it's a level 50. Hmm. So that's... Yep. So let's see, we got that. Okay, so let's take the ferry back to Limpsa. Being cheaper. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. Ah, my Dolores Bear. Ah, might you be the adventurer who who accepted the job of investigating Sestasha? Yes, I am. It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor, none the worse for its voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter. The wheel will turn, and our chance will come again. You are right, of course. But there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, though it, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, sir. Back then, are you? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I wager? Yeah, the place was infested with pirates. And then... yeah. Fishbacks. And there I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. 7 hells. You'd turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards have set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they were planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sastasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for more than that. Now I'll bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking another job. It just so happens that I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania, see? Some of the forest folk are in need of a venture what can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, ye can bet the task won't be no skip through the sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with the fishback infestation, I doubt it'll be anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready, and I'll lay it out for you. Alright, Call of the Forest. Baderon has information on a new task. Ready to hear about the job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. And that's all I know. But whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'd pose any trouble for an adventurer as survived the bedlam in Sastasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mune, me counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, mate. Alright. There's the Aetheryte, or I could just take the left to the airship landing. Oh, lovely rainy Gridania. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, you're not here to dine? Dare I hope you're here, that you're the adventurer Battleon sent, word about? Out? You are? The matron be praised. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Miyun, and the Carline Canopy is my place. With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. Okay, so I've got this dungeon stuff, and then I've got Threat of Perplexity. Let me keep doing the MSQ for a bit, and then go back to get the job quests. Let me see about, Okay, Fire in the Gloom. Miyun is waiting to brief you on your task. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Miyun, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? Lewin. Ah, good day to you, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. My thanks for answering the call, friend. My name is Lewin, and I lead the men and women of the God's Quiver. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. You could have just skipped right to the point without going through all of that verbiage, but okay. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtara Deep Croft. The place was once a Gelmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deep Croft with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the Calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deep Croft with others to flush out the cultists. Alas, the Calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the exile at bay. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing. In anticipation of this, I have been compelled to spread our forces throughout the Twelveswood, lest we be taken unawares. The situation being so, we must turn to others to deal with the Lambs of Dalamud. Can we rely on you to undertake this task, friend? Yeah. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deep Croft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments, that is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you safe. Oop, went the wrong way there. Pant. Childish curiosity prompted me to commit the most elementary of blunders. Were it not for the fruit that Elian found, my adventures may well have ended in this forbidding place. Ew. Always look before you leap. In my haste, this most fundamental rule of adventuring slipped my mind. I do believe I shall rest for a while. I shudder to think what might have happened if Isildar had I not thought to pick the fruit I stumbled across on the way here. Sometimes he has too much vigor for his own good. Age is supposed to mellow us, if anything. It has made him more impetuous. I understand his desire to make use of the time left to him, but one misstep and there won't be any. So we meet again. I cannot say I am surprised to see you here. You took the prize back in Lemsa, but this time we will give you better sport, or I am no true adventurer. Gods, I hate mausoleums. It's not right to disturb the dead in their slumber. Think of the goals, sister. One day our adventures will be the stuff of song, and it will all be worth it. I just want to clear. You're Myrokos too, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bow Lord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deep Croft and purge it of the lands of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity put an end to the Sixth Astral Era. The cultists took the lesser moon Dalamud for their god, believing that it would deliver them from devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. Okay, so now we get to Q again. Yep. Well, this queue certainly is taking a long while. Hopefully it's not too much longer. And in we go. Okay, I get the multiple pulls, but I'd like to be able to get some damage done. Instead I'm using... yeah. Ooh, 3-player commendations. That's very generous. Okay, so there's that. And I think I may just teleport back to Gridania. Yeah. Cheap out and use one of the Etherite tickets. Okay, so now to Mune. Plundered staff, okay, so let's upgrade that. And let's see, the staff looks like this. Okay. Every little bit counts. Welcome back, Myrokos. I am reliably informed your foray into the deep craft was a success. Yes, it was. Nor did I expect anything less. Batter swinging endorsement left me little in doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Beau Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves with predictable consequences. Ah, as if to illustrate the point. Leovin. Javier is gone, and it was all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. Alright, But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. So, he couldn't have been so he shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. To hells with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought it upon yourself. Oh, and by the way of some parting advice, get rid of Javier's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sakes, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone, please? I'm so sorry out here. Please forgive me. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventurers of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much, at any rate. Oh, thank you for your confidence, Moon. That is inspiring. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you to another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ulda. Ah, Miss Mamodi. Yay. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think it might be of you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I will be glad to share the details with you. Here we got High Potion and Ether. Okay. So welcome to the Carling Company. It is an honor indeed to receive visitors from afar. As you may imagine, the Twelzone has scarcely begun to recover from the devastation wrought by the calamity, and Gridania wants for all the help it can get. I hope we can count on yours. I think that was a little glitch in the text. Call of the Desert. Mune has information on your next task. So, you're not averse to taking a little trip. Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes from the Adventurers Guild in Ulda. Once you arrive, seek out Modi, the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultanate's version of myself. Yeah, I know, I'm largely based out of there. Chances are she'll send you to the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now go off, Myrokos, and good luck. Hold off for 120 gil, okay. And here we are, back in Ulda. Yeah, standard airport layout. Ooh. Very nice. Hey, Marty. Welcome to the Quicksand Friend. I am a tad busy right now, if you wouldn't mind showing yourself too. Oh, it's you, Myrokos, and here there I was spelling the same tired line. Mune sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to me prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? And with that, I am now level 25. Into a copper hell. Momodi is waiting to brief you on your task. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. I think I already know who it is. Yep, Papa Sean! Gods almighty, another second under that sun and I would have been set afire. A tankard of ale, if you would be so kind. Excellent timing, Papa Sean. It just so happens the adventurer who will be handling your petition is here. Oh, why, if it isn't my good friend Myrokos. It does my spirit well to know that you are the one who will be helping us. Mayhap you'd like to apprise Myrokos of his mission. Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the Hecatoncheires. Fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through that layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? Hey, Autumn. Well, what's the matter? You know your history well, milady. The people of that age used the Hecatoncheires to work the mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will, but as it is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecatoncheires, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels, so it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. If the slaves or the descendants of slave miners are in revolt, is it wise to just go in there and kill them? Well now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said that the mines were being reopened as to meet the rising demand of building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed. And that makes them all too dangerous. That makes them dangerous to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain, for the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you put an end to this sorry business. Gods bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you don't know, copper well mines are in Western Fanaland. Do take care, you hear? One last thing before you depart. An employee of Amagina and Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows copper well mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Where is that name familiar before? Adventurers aspiring to greatness come through all the time, but it's rare to see one that actually achieves some measure of success. Keep at it, Myrokos, and who knows what you'll accomplish. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You've got guts, mate. I just hope you've got skills to go with them, cause things ain't pretty down there. The Hecatorincaries have left the place in a right state nearly a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second old dynasty was still young. And it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have fought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with it. Stone torches are keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. We hope that the nation's resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Okay. Oh, the Hanami. I probably should look into doing whatever the face off. I should look into doing the holiday thing at some point. In the meantime, get Sultana. There's been an incident inside the Copperbell mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained. But for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the Hekatakuris? I didn't think that Publishon would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can and enter at will. Okay. And now we have another wait and queue. Okay, so there's an instanced thing I gotta go into now. Old terminal. Probably should do the next job quest just to be safe. Okay. The threat of perplexity. Guildmaster Kakabuki wishes you to learn from the abyss, from the next chapter of Thaumaturgy, the Yawning Abyss. And against Staghorn Staff, which looks fairly similar. It has slightly better damage stats to what I am currently wielding. Myrokos, you're safe. I feared you had fallen victim to the Mage Slayer. Have you not heard of the recent spate of gruesome killings taking place within Ul'dah? Each case involves at least one dead thaumaturge, and every corpse is found bloody, battered, and utterly drained of etheric energy. Ill tidings aside, I am glad to see you alive and glowing with vitality. It is time for you to delve into the final chapter of the Yawning Abyss. Kokobaha, our second youngest sibling, will read to you from the threat of perplexity. Greetings, Myrokos. Are you once more prepared to peruse the pages of Power and Peril? Then let us begin. The threat of perplexity. Ah, how magnificent the daunting power we wield. Flames pursue, ice transfixes, lightning dances into the ranks of our enemies. But what terror descends when from all sides those ranks close? Flames are smothered, ice crushed, and lightning grounded. Know you this threat, and wear you the multitudinous foe. In other words, don't pull too much. Is the point of this passage readily apparent? It would be most problematic, for example, should you meet the malefic Mage Slayer, and he or she proves to be multiple murderers. What a thaumaturge needs is a thick-set thrall or courageous companion to accompany him in cases where collective cronies are expected. Now, as for your trial, Kokobaha, pray allow me to suggest a practical course for Myrokos' training. Wait, Boosie? The town is buzzing with the news of yet more slaughtered thaumaturges, their mutilated bodies found fouling the waters in Nafika's wells. I would have Myrokos aid me in hunting down the culprit while the trail is yet fresh. Myrokos may have tolerated your interruption of his trial the last time, Boosie, but you are hardly the hardy henchman he needs to clear such a hazardous hurdle. Your concerns are understandable, brother. If it would allay your fears, I can introduce Myrokos to a valiant warrior who recently entered my employ. You have secured the services of a stalwart swordsman? then that would indeed be in line with the learning of the lesson of the day. Perhaps. Come now, Myrokos. Let us be about our business before Kokobaha has a change of heart. I'll be waiting for you in Nafika's wells. Was that Kakabusi? Okay, what are we trouble are we getting ourselves into now? So I'm just gonna make for these stairs, or hopefully I have access to those stairs over there where the quest is. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's doable that I could technically get down there, but it's still a bit... Oh, no, I can't. That's a bit of a drop. So yeah, I should be able to get to the stairs there. Uh-oh. Another fade. The Lalafell promised me a sack full of gil to do what I do best, and that's keeping all the attention on me. Ha! Ah, Myrokos, so good of you to come. My Rogadin friend here is the warrior I mentioned back at the ossuary. Now there's no time to waste. Why don't you head into the stream and examine the bodies of the slain mages? I would go with you, but with my delicate stomach, I fear I might contaminate the scene. Remember, you're looking for anything that might help us track down this killer. So a bracelet, a book, and a scepter of some sort. Did you uncover anything incriminating? Bloody scepter, the blood smeared about the head is still sticky to the touch. This book appears to have been torn apart with something sharp like a claw. Bloody bracelet. So much blood covers this piece of jewelry that it is impossible to tell from what it is made. Hee, the blood is yet slick to the touch. The slaughter must have been recent indeed. You sound a little too cheerful, Kakabusi. The villain may yet lurk nearby. Return to the creek where the bodies lay and linger for a time. I dare say your aura, saturated as it is with enticing etheric energy, will lure the Mage Slayer into the open. Have courage, Myrokos. Our burly companion stands ready to leap to your aid. And all the while I can't have him die, clearly. It seems your partnership with our hired blade went splendidly. It is unfortunate, though, that one of the imps was able to flutter away. Oh? Did you not notice? You wouldn't wish to report to Kakabuha, with your trial but half finished, would you? Of course not. I'm afraid, however, that the Rogaden has already collected his recompense and departed for the nearest alehouse. What to do? What to do? I mean, like, since when did one flutter away? I thought there were two that I killed and then the main one. Surely a thaumaturge of your caliber can handle a single imp, yes? If I'm not mistaken, it fled into the cave over there. Hurry now, before it slips away into some hidden nook or cranny. I'm not sure I like the sound of this. That is not Kakabusi. Well, it is Kakabusi, but a Kakabusi possessed by the void scent that escaped from Mormo's urn. It was feeding on the etheric energy of all those slain thaumaturges. And you are, my dear, you, my dear Mana-Rich Myrokos, were to be next. I have wanted to absorb your delicious power since the moment we met. A pity. This has been such an amusing charade. However, did you see through it? I am Kakabusi's brother. How could I not? It is time I destroyed you, Morno, and put a stop to these sinister killings. As the eldest, I must take responsibility for my family's misadventures. Hee. A coward like you, destroying me? Your opening strike should have pierced my heart, but instead you aimed for the knife. Fear stays your hand. Fear that slaying me will also slay your sibling. Poor spineless thaumaturge. I shall, however, leave you with a pleasant thought. It was Kakabusi's fervent wish to amass this power. He craved the arcane strength to stand beside his brothers as an equal. What a shame that he must now stand against you. It pains me to admit, but there is some truth to that creature's words. I surrendered the perfect opportunity to end this. I have betrayed my own teachings. On the contrary, Kakabuki, I think you were right. With thaumaturges being slain left and right, you need everyone you can get. Return to the ossuary and report the completion of your trial, Myrokos. I will remain here for a time and gather my thoughts. Ah, Myrokos. Kokabuki has advised me of your adventures. It seems the Mage Slayer slithered away, but your stint with the swordsman was nonetheless successful. Consider this chapter complete. Your time with our tome of teachings is at an end. Ahem. Well, to be absolutely accurate, there is an addendum with additional advice, but Kokabuki considers it extracurricular. Even I dare not delve into those diabolical depths. I do not yet deign to die, you understand? I have yet to inform my brothers of Kokabusi's misfortune. I have yet to reconcile the maelstrom within my own mind. The most fundamental lessons of thaumaturgy demanded I slay the creature where it stood. It was the most opportune moment to strike, minimal risk, and victory all but assured. How many more will suffer from my hesitation and my cowardice? It will likely be some time, however, before Momo resurfaces to kill again. Now that we have uncovered the deception, the Void Scent will seek a new hunting ground where Kakabusi's face is unknown. And though the respite may be brief, I must devote this time to considering my next course of action. Pray, leave me to my musings, Myrokos. The Hidden Chapter. Guildmaster Kakabigo wishes to enlist your assistance. So I got a slightly better staff. So I get a better staff, and then Myrokos, I saw you coming this time. I've been more watchful since Kakabuki told us about the dreadful business with Kakabusi. We must locate our unfortunate younger sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Kakabuki is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see our eldest so indecisive. Terrifies me, in fact. Perhaps you might speak with him and help banish this air of uncertainty. Myrokos, long have I agonized over Kakabusi's plight, and the measures I might take to extricate him of it. It would not do to call upon my thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the Yawning Abyss allow for no other alternative. There is, however, one tiny glimmer of hope. I have had word that the scholars who requested the destruction of Monrozone have returned from their expedition. They are currently in Camp Drybone, blowing the ink dry on their collective findings regarding the wretched Void Scent. I would ask you to go to these experts of otherworldly phenomena and beg permission to peruse their work. I keep forgetting there's an Ethernet shard. went wrong? You're saying I spent too much time with the light boxes. I need to cuddle. Okay, that little sidetrack for that job quest aside, let's continue with MSQ. Okay, duty calls, commence battle for into a copper hell. If you are above the maximum allowed level, it will be synced as follows. The Conqueror of Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume. Thanks to you. And Ulda will have, thanks to you, our mining operations can resume. Ulda will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation is in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papa Sean the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. Oh boy. Oh, obnoxious merchant. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid for it with me own coin. What rot. You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. What a sleazebag. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 as my witness. Please, adventurer, help me, I beg of you. I swear on my mother's grave, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat me children to a decent meal. And who the hells are you when you're at home? The dog's master? I've had enough of this mummer's farce. You lot, teach him a lesson. Okay. Here we go. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. I'd swear there were more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many more were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in the other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them. It truly does. But I would be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the Breastblades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought off the Garlean Empire, patrolling the streets for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you've no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins. Get your Dodo tenderloins, guaranteed cheapest in Thantland. Thank you for your custom, ma'am. Please come again. Looking around, you'd think that Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. So she did buy it of her own coin. Sir, are you alright? What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? No, I saw the truth of it, and she bought that meat with her. What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. Aye, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? Grr, I will overlook this, but just this once. Gods bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what that monster might have done. It don't bear thinking about. All's well that ends well. We meet again. Hey, Thancred. Pray do not mistake my intent, for it is always honorable, but I have been watching you ever since you departed Ul'dah. You played the part of envoy to perfection, confident as a man on a diplomatic mission should be, yet unfailingly courteous to your betters. And when your travels led you into the midst of danger, you faced it without so much as a flinch. You, my friend, are quite a marvel, and I confess to being somewhat in awe of you. Ah, but my lavish praise continues. Most of all, I was struck by your readiness to aid those in need, even when words were all the reward you could expect to receive. Such selflessness is a rare thing in this day and age. Thank you. All of which leads me to conclude, it keeps going on, all of which leads me to conclude that you are indeed the one whom I have been looking for, an adventurer possessed of a rare set of qualities. To be sure, your rescue of the damsel in distress was more of a happy accident, but rescue her you did, and that is what matters in the end. I feel I should mention at this point that I also harbor a burning interest in a certain talent of yours. I speak of your visions. You have been experiencing visions, have you not? Well, it just so happens that I know a woman who shares your talent, and can help you understand it. She and I belong to the same organization, and we should both be delighted beyond words if you would agree to join our cause. Naturally, there are benefits to being part of such a collective. For one, we should be glad to assist you in realizing your potential as an adventurer. You need not give me your answer now. Think upon it, and if you feel moved to help us, as I pray you shall, speak with Momodi, the ever-lovely and youthful mistress of the quicksand. Tell her the signs of the seventh dawn have found their man, and she will tell you where to find us. One more. That's my cat who's saying, dinner time! What about dinner time? Momodi. Yeah. Sorry about that, I also had a phone ringing just there. Scenes like that have become ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry though, if you work hard you'll probably be alright. It says. Saying that if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me, just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tale of a gentleman's woes with the women folk from time to time. Ah, Myrokos. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh-off-the-carriage adventurer. The gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. I never doubted for a moment that you'd succeed, of course, and neither did Papa Shan, which ain't to say he won't be overjoyed. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania I'm sorry. We were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was ARR, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, of all that you have achieved, I find that I am inspired just as ARR once was. And so I decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask your name. Oh, I'm Myrokos FFXIV. Myrokos FFXIV. I shan't forget. Thank you, Myrokos FFXIV. I pray that we meet again. Fare you well. Adventuring can be a cruel, bleeding business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post. And I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Myrokos. Thank you. What did you say? You want to know about the signs of the seventh dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, Myrokos, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. The signs of the seventh dawn. Mimodi is ready to tell you what she knows about the signs of the seventh dawn. So you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first. And the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose. On account of being old on. Yeah. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, so when they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them, individuals like you, Myrokos. Now I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Wakened Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance and you'll be let in. You're a man in demand, Myrokos, and the days ahead are promised to be busy. But I hope you won't forget your old friend Mimodi. Drop in and tell me how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right. Well, I've said my piece. Off you go. reason. Tataru. Okay. Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above, to quench my thirst for you. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Not sure how rhythmic that is. What? I would thank you to not to sneak up on me like that. Now please be advised this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... I'm expected. Here at the behest of Thancred. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Myrokos FFXIV. Ah, here you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the Solar. I shall let her know to expect you. looks like here we have a door that leads to nothing. I had a dream unlike any other. I was myself, but then it became something more. When I spoke of it to others, they directed me here. Did you have one too? So here we are. Okay, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. I take it you are Myrokos here. I am. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. Well, if I decide to do a tank, I'm going to need...
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul. A power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all within our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask you to aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know of our purpose and what we can offer, I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It's Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our greatest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it is that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, Myrokos. I will go whither the wild rose blooms. Yours is no small endeavor. The dangers are great. I will go whither the wild rose. A wild rose by any other name. And Philly is waiting to hear whether or not you will pledge your support to the signs of the seventh dawn.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popolimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there!
Welcome!
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. I never doubted that you'd come. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, The evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Through this first mission, you will come to understand the nature of our struggle with the primals. The realm may appear well on its way to recovery, but reality paints a far bleaker picture. The truth is out there, Myrokos, and I would have you discover it for yourself. Oh, damn, I missed the chance to speak with the others. Hopefully I can catch them. Well, here's one. Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through a union of two separate entities. The first was comprised of Charlian natives such as myself, and was called the Circle of Knowing. The second, made up of individuals that share your rare gift, was known as the Path of the 12. The terrible events that ushered the Seventh Umbral Era taught us that only together may we stand against the evil that seeks to consume us. Well, if it ain't that lad from the carriage. I thought I recognized you. Fancy meeting you here of all places. Me? I'm just here to deliver a shipment. Now where shall I tell him to put it? This place is called the Waking Sands, and it is our headquarters. It used to be somewhere else, you know, but then a bunch of things happened and we ended up here instead. While there are others who possess the Echo, none are near as strong as you with the power, hence our extremely high expectations of you. Overshot a little bit. Well, I think I'll call it the end of the stream, guys. It's been going on for almost 4 hours total. Still have the next next job quest to do, and then I need to continue with MSQ. If at any point you liked what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. If you feel inclined to join these live, please join me on Twitch. Link will be in the description. and give me a follow there so you're informed of any other times I go live. Until then, I wish you all well. Have a good day.